Good morning. You're watching Indiana's News Center with your top headlines and 10-point Viper HD forecast.
Hi, everybody. Good morning and good Friday morning to you. It is July 10th. Mary is off today, and Chris says that we'll have some decent weather ahead, and he's going to have his forecast coming up here in just a few minutes. Right now, though, let's check in on our top story, where Indiana's a big step closer now towards setting up a high-speed passenger rail system, but a lot of work still needs to be done. Transportation Department Commissioner Michael Reed said last night that he plans to apply for $49 million in federal money to pay for a 2-year study on the impact of high-speed rail. That move is necessary to clear the way for a proposed passenger rail line linking Chicago, northern Indiana, and Toledo. Reed says this would add to the benefits expected from the Fort to Port and Hoosier Heartland highway projects.
You begin to put new highway in of interstate quality and put new changes in, economic growth follows. And so I think the sum of not only rail but also highway transport is phenomenal.
And the funds Indiana will apply for are part of $8 billion in stimulus money that the president set aside for high-speed rail development. Well, General Motors could be set to emerge from bankruptcy today, completing a very speedy bankruptcy process. GM got the green light yesterday when a federal court order took effect to let the automaker sell most of its assets to a new company. Once that sale is complete, GM can leave bankruptcy protection, with the federal government owning 61% of the new company. GM CEO is also scheduled to announce plans this morning to cut another 4,000 white-collar jobs. A northern Indiana woman has been killed in a crash in Kosciuszko County. 35-year-old Susan Smith of Bourbon died last night around 7 o'clock when police say that she pulled out in front of a semi and was struck on US 30T, County Road 800 West. Well, authorities are investigating an industrial accident at a Fort Wayne business. A man was struck by a 60,000-pound front-end loader at the OmniSource plant on Fairview Avenue yesterday afternoon. Police say the vehicle's driver did not see the victim. The man, whose name has not yet been released, was hospitalized in critical condition. And a Roanoke doctor has pleaded guilty now to gun charges in a murder-for-hire scheme. Prosecutors say that Dr. Leslie Shaw agreed to pay someone $600,000 to kill his estranged wife, her attorney, and another doctor who he'd had a legal dispute with. That is $200,000 for each of the intended targets. Under the plea, Shaw will face a 15-year prison sentence and must turn over his collection of more than 300 guns and machine guns. Meanwhile, 39-year-old Bradley Kowalczyk of Allen County made an initial court appearance yesterday and faces sexual misconduct charges. Police say he had a sexual relationship with a 14-year-old girl. He also faces child exploitation and child pornography charges. A North Carolina teen is scheduled to appear in federal court to face charges of staging fake bomb threats, including one at IPFW. That incident against the indictment against 16-year-old Ashton Lundby was unsealed on Wednesday after a judge said he could not be tried as an adult, or he could be tried, we should say. Authorities say that Lundby and a group of co-conspirators set up a website and charged people to watch police respond to threats the group had made towards several college campuses nationwide. The incident at IPFW allegedly occurred on January 31st. Los Angeles investigators are still waiting on a coroner's report to determine the cause and manner of Michael Jackson's death. Police need the report to determine whether Jackson's death was a homicide or an accidental overdose. Investigators are still waiting on toxicology tests taken after the 50-year-old pop star died 2 weeks ago. The results take weeks to complete. As they wait on the report, police are gathering evidence and looking at Jackson's prescription drug history and also talking with his former doctors. As the investigation continues, another memorial service for Jackson will be held today in his hometown of Gary, Indiana. The city's mayor says Jackson's father, Joe, will join the Reverend Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson at the service at Gary's Steelyard Baseball Park. Fans have turned Jackson's boyhood home into a shrine for him since he passed away. Well, hundreds rallied outside the Allen County Courthouse yesterday to protest the president's proposed health care reform. Now, former Indiana Congressman David McIntosh told demonstrators at the rally that government-controlled health care would hurt Americans. The protesters opposed the plan's expected $1 trillion price tag. They also fear the government will dictate which hospitals patients can go to, and local medical companies would lose business.
It doesn't work well for people. It's not good for patients. It will cost us jobs here. And so we want to take that message from the heartland, from Indiana, back to Washington.
Meanwhile, President Obama says he hopes to sign a comprehensive health care overall measure this fall. Fort Wayne Mayor Tom Henry says the city's commercial facade program is working in a big way. Henry says the $400,000 in grants will result in nearly $1.1 million worth of investments in business in Fort Wayne. His program was to be a dollar-for-dollar match, but the officials say that many property homeowners decided to do larger projects. Well, the owners of the Fort Wayne Tin Caps say they have worked out a debt that they owed. Irwin Seating Company officials filed a lien against Hardball Capital on Tuesday, saying Hardball still owed them $141,000 for seats. But Tin Caps owner Jason Fryer says Hardball has paid the bill, and Irwin Seating has confirmed it as well, and that this was a matter of miscommunication. Fryer also admits that times are tough financially for Hardball Capital, but they will be fine.
I would not claim to tell anybody we are not affected by the economy, similar to other folks, but we probably feel it a little bit less than some other people, just because we're not selling luxury items, we're not doing any of that. We're really providing a very good quality product at a very inexpensive price.
And Fryer says the future of the Tin Caps is on solid ground, and the team will stay in Fort Wayne for a long time. What will not stay, at least will not be here now, is the Giant Midway. It'll be absent during the Three Rivers Festival. The Midway is not set up at the Coliseum's parking lot now, and there's been no official reason given as to why it won't be here. We've also been unable to contact the Midway's promoter. The Giant Midway is not associated with the festival, but it was a festival tradition for the Midway to run at the same time. TRF officials say their Fest Unlimited Carnival will be set up at Headwaters Park. And the Fort Wayne Animal Care and Control Shelter has also been featured in the July-August issue of Animal Sheltering magazine. Well, it's time to talk to Chris Daniels. We'll look at your Friday forecast and also, of course, at tomorrow's parade forecast as the festival kicks off. And just a reminder, you can follow us online as well at twitter.com/INC Today or on our website, indianasnewscenter.com. We'll be right back.
Right now, it's your Pinpoint Viper HD forecast, presented by Parkview Health.
Well, it's Friday. We've just about made it to the weekend. High pressure still in charge of our weather today. The main focus of our weather is going to be a cold front that's going to come through. And there are a few showers and storms possible along this, particularly as we go through the day Saturday. However, and it's a pretty big however, the rain chance is relatively low. We look at the time frame tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, just cloudy skies. The parade looks like just cloudy skies. There's a slight chance of a shower, but the chance of rain really is pretty low. Wouldn't worry about it. And then some big storms fire up south of the area tomorrow afternoon, well to the south, and move off toward the east. High pressure takes control of our weather again by the time we get into Sunday and Monday, clears us out, and will set the stage for a little bit lower humidity and a pretty nice week next week. Again, we could use the rain. We don't want it to come tomorrow morning, but the farmers, I'm sure, looking for a little bit of rainfall. Today, sun and clouds. There's a slight chance of a late day shower or a storm, but again, the chance of rain today, pretty low. A high of about 87, south wind at 5 to 15. For tonight, partly cloudy. We couldn't rule out a stray shower or storm. Again, the rainfall will be widely scattered in many areas. We'll not get that. Tomorrow, it looks like just mostly cloudy for the parade. There may be a few showers before and after, but again, the chance of rain relatively low. High of about 85. Winds from the west at 5 to 10. If you were at the parade last year, it was a similar situation. It would look more threatening, that really didn't do anything. West winds tomorrow at 5 to 10. There's your outlook now for the next 7 days. Sunday, sunshine and 82, a little less humid too. Same for Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, seasonable temperatures. Only chance of rain next week. It looks at this time around Wednesday. Overnight low temperatures will be in the low to mid 60s.
So the chance of rain, but
pretty low for the parade tomorrow. It may not be crystal clear with bright sunshine, but it looks like it's going to be fairly nice.
Come out there and enjoy the parade. We will certainly be there as we always are. We'll be right back with more news as well.